from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, March 26th. So we have 7 different aspects here today, 6 of them involving the moon in Gemini, as I kind of spoke about yesterday and in the ascension forecast. Very interesting how Mars finally left Gemini energy after 7 very long months to move into Cancer energy, just as the moon decides to hold on to this Gemini energy and keep our curiosity at the top of the list. Of course, with the moon in Gemini, we're very social. We have a buzz in our mental planes. We are very curious, looking outside of ourselves for stimulation. We are very inquisitive. We are very in alignment with asking the right questions, with doing the research. We have a lot of details to explore before we are going to kind of align and commit to certain decisions. So we're definitely feeling the headspace still be activated. We're not getting a clean break just yet. We will definitely be feeling a little bit of that pressure be alleviated once the moon actually moves out of this Gemini energy and moves into Cancer energy. But we have a couple of days before that is going to happen. So we really do have to push the boundaries of our perspective, of our understanding, of basically the focus that we want to hone in on as we kind of research, dig deep, and provide ourselves with a little bit more clarity. So we have the moon squaring, which isn't so pleasant, with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, ruling over rules and roles and foundations and systems and structures. And of course, he's in Pisces energy, trying to strip the delusions that we've created around our reality so that we can get down to the nitty gritty on what needs to change. And of course, look at the blueprints for this new foundation, this new structure that we need to build in order to be strong enough to house the changes to our reality that we are planning on making. What I will say is that there is a heaviness that takes over. There is a little bit of a negative narrative that kicks in as well. Negative Nancy, Betty the Bully, all the mean girls come out to play. We're not as positive and optimistic as we would want to be. We're really feeling the weight of the world on our shoulders, the confusion, if you will. There is a lot really pushing us at this time to be triggered, to be activated. And of course, Saturn, who kind of restricts us from going too fast in a particular direction, really kind of hitting home with all the feels here today. And of course, the mental plane being ruled over by this Gemini energy, we're not in the best narrative, the best mind frame. So we're definitely feeling a little bit, I'm going to say claustrophobic, if you will, not knowing which direction we should orient ourselves into and where it is that we need to boss up and take action. We're just trying to sort things out. And realistically speaking, we have some tunnel vision goggles on that's focused on the not so nice options, the not so nice variables, the not so nice outcomes. The moon will semi-square, again, not the best aspect, with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, blessings. Of course, Jupiter is in this Aries energy, trying to push us into a new identity, to get out in the world, create new opportunities for ourselves, really open the door to our comfort zone, see what lies above. Well, basically on the other side of the fence. Is the grass actually greener? We're hoping so. We're not really getting a huge amount of, I'm going to say, insight peeking over that fence on what it is that awaits us once we can bust out of the confines of our current reality. And emotionally speaking, we are feeling magnified, amplified, volume turned all the way up on this negative narrative that we just sunk into with this square off with Mr. Saturn. The moon will bump into the true node though, and this can be a little bit helping, a little bit revealing. However, with the negative narrative, the negative focus that we are currently in, the energy isn't really supporting a huge amount of growth, a huge amount of healing. Instead, we're kind of cluster-effed in this present moment and seeing where the challenges, the obstacles are, where it is that we're lacking clarity, motivation, inspiration to actually make the moves that we were hoping to make already, because of course, things aren't making sense. This true node, which is our soul path, our destiny point, our mission, our purpose, it really needs us to boss up and to get in alignment with a new focus, a new path, a new decision, a new direction. And because we're still kind of unsure on what that is, we're not really seeing the opportunity to take steps forward like our impulse, our restlessness, our anxiety would prefer us to take. The moon will sextile with the sun. Now, this is a beautiful energy. Thank goodness for this. It is like, emotionally speaking, we are trying to get out of this dark pit, trying to get out of this dark narrative. The sun, of course, in Aries energy, ready to burn through the cords that have us connected to the past, preventing us from taking action, from bossing up to new levels, to new inspiration and new motivation. We do recognize at this point that there are still some very heavy attachments to the past, to old narratives, to old mindsets, to old ideas. And this particular energy is trying to burn that cord to set us free so that we can stop looking back and debating all the choices and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and instead find ourselves in this present moment, hyping ourselves up on the direction, the path that we want to take to bring new ideas, new dreams, new goals into fruition. The moon will make a positive interaction with Neptune, who is in Pisces energy. I love Gemini and Pisces energy together because, of course, the Gemini energy kind of brings us down into the lower level intellect of our egoic experience, while the Neptune and Pisces energy is metaphysical in nature, it's energetic in nature, it's intuitive and spiritual, it's creative, it's imaginative. And what I love about it is that we're actually able to kind of grasp a dream, grasp a vision under the Pisces influence. We're able to actually bring it into our being, really kind of add logic and practicality to it, strategy, calculate the moves that we need to make. And of course, being the moon in Gemini energy, we're getting our heart and our head in alignment with this inspiration, this motivation, this dream, and this vision. So this is a prime opportunity to receive a couple of puzzle pieces, gain a little bit of clarity on what it is that we're getting inspired and excited to pursue. We have Mercury, ruler of this Gemini energy that the moon is in. Mercury is in Aries energy, fire sign. We're quick. We are focused on, I'm going to say, many different things. We are a focused scatterbrain at this point. Mercury in Aries energy is going to come up to, bump into, sit next to Chiron, the wounded healer, who of course has been in Aries energy for quite some time. So this can happen in a couple of different ways, but overall, I feel like we're going to have some aha moments, some epiphanies, some revelations. Something's going to happen where we're going to look at things from a different set of eyes and gain a different perspective and a different understanding of the experiences that we've just had. However, this could be messy, okay? This is going to unpack like, oh crap, I didn't even realize the layer to, my unconscious being. I didn't realize that my pain and my trauma were creating an unconscious programming within me. I feel like this aha moment isn't going to feel good, but it's necessary and needed in order for us to open our mind up to see where it is that maybe we have to be a little bit more open and receptive from learning from other people. This is going to trigger and activate a realization on where it is that we need to be better, where we need to grow, where we need to improve. Is this going to feel good? Absolutely not. We are super hypersensitive right now, and especially being just Mars, just being in this Cancer energy, we're very defensive. We're very, I'm going to say, protective, and we're hypersensitive with the information that we're receiving. And even more than that, we're a little bit suspicious, a little bit paranoid, and in conversation, we're picking up on nuances and cues and clues that we normally wouldn't, just because we are that sensitive, we are that defensive, we are that raw, we are that vulnerable at this stage of the game. The last aspect that we have here today is the moon in Gemini, bumping into Venus, who of course is in her place of power in Taurus energy. Now, what this is going to provide for us is a realization on what it is that we actually need in our lives to support us in creating a safe, stable, secure type of reality where our emotions are concerned, where our routines are concerned, our home, our family dynamics concerned, relationships overall, and of course, our money matters. Now, Venus being in this Taurus energy has us very connected to our physical realm, to the five senses in our body. We should be using those five senses to gauge how it is that we actually feel about some of the ideas, some of the circumstances that were kind of popping around in our head. Of course, our whole goal is to provide safety, security, stability to ourselves. But this could be a realization on where it is that we're lacking those things. This could also be a realization where it is that we want to be happy, where we want peace, harmony, joy, and also where we are lacking those things. Keep in mind that Venus being in Taurus energy is creation energy. We are able to bring to life, create, build whatever is needed in order to fill the gaps, fill the voids on whatever it is that we've identified that it is that we're currently lacking.